In this video, we are going to be talking about the difference between Scratch, the programming language, and C++, which is also a programming language. Let's first talk about the interface. Scratch is a visual-based language, where C++ is a text-based one. So for Scratch, we'll drag out blocks and put them like puzzle pieces, whereas for C++, we type out the code. This is the main reason why Scratch is more popular to beginners. For example, let's take a look at the code for printing hello world in Scratch and C++. Not only is it easier to drag out the pieces of code in Scratch, but it's also easier to understand and possibly even guess it. So if you don't know Scratch, you might still be able to guess that when some flag is clicked, something will say hello. For the Scratch code, we might ask, what is this flag? And we'll soon realize it's to start the code running and have no more issues. For the C++ code, we might ask, what's the IO stream? What is count? What does namespace std point to? And what is the hello world pointing into count and not pointing away from the count? And what is int? And so on. This shows that Scratch is better than C++ in readability and the ease of use to code. Another aspect of Scratch is that it allows you to build up your knowledge of programming languages easily before learning the other languages. So it will act as a foundation for your programming. With Scratch, you can teach yourself what a forever loop or while true, which is, in other words, a while true loop is, or what a list or an array is. If you try introducing yourself to C++, you soon run into problems such as like libraries, functions, etc. if you are just starting to learn programming. With Scratch, you don't need to know what these concepts are unless you are creating a project to teach these concepts. Although you may know simple programming concepts, such as that this block is a Boolean. As Scratch is a block-based programming language, we don't have to worry about making a mistake in typing, such as typing int as in. If you do this in other programming languages such as C++, your code might not even work. C++, being the more complex one, also has more functions. For example, let's try to create 100 text files labeled 1.txt all the way to 100.txt. Each has a number 1 to 100 inside. If there are any existing files, we can change the content inside to the file number. Okay, let's try it in Scratch. Wait, what function do we use to create a file? There's no such function to create files. Okay, let's try it manually. 1, 2, 3. Okay. It's obviously going to take very long. Now let's try it with C++. And that's it. We are done within a minute. Now let's continue with the presentation. C++ also has the advantage of having more applications in real life, while Scratch is more used for creating simple games. One example is the automation of processes, such as creating or renaming files, as we have seen previously. Another example is creating an app and a website. You're going to have a hard time creating all the screens and backgrounds if you try using Scratch. And how are you going to publish it to the World Wide Web? If you do it with C++, it will be certainly easier, although HTML might be the best. With new technology and other types of libraries and syntax, we can write one language inside the code of another language with the suitable syntax so as to make such processes easier.